I'm gonna throw up a couple of pictures of how I used to look like a couple of years ago, where basically I looked like this puffy water balloon with no definition. You see, my genetics were always kind of, forced into me storing more water weight, more glycogen, just more puff throughout my body, not just throughout my face, throughout my arms, throughout my legs, throughout wherever I was, right? And it wasn't a body fat issue because I wasn't fat. It wasn't skinny fat. It was just puffy. It was weirdly puffy. And I always had these genetics. And imagine how I felt when like the trend of what girls liked or probably still do, they'd like start posting, like pictures of like TikTok boys with veiny arms and like, oh my god, the veins on his hands and like all this bullshit, right? Imagine how that affected me. Here I am, fucking pufferfish looking boy, and I'm staring at like the pictures of guys with like defined arms, defined faces. They've got like bicep veins, forearm veins, all this like aesthetic bullshit. And I'm just sitting here like, damn, I wish that was me. The thing is, with genetics, I had garbage genetics and I still do, but I really, really wanted it. And so I worked hard and I learned and I put the spray and pray and like I sprayed and prayed and like figuring out ways to get vascular and all this bullshit. Back then, there were not really many videos talking about how to get vascular. Like, I didn't really look at that stuff. So I did my own methods and I searched and I learned and I did this and I did this and I tried this. And eventually, I did get a lot more vascular than I was. I'll show up a couple of pictures if I could find some of like whatever my arms or my shoulders. My shoulders have gotten very vascular. I haven't gotten the bicep vein yet. My genetics like don't want that for me. Imagine that I have shoulder veins, but I don't have bicep veins. So I made a lot more progress basically. Now this is my promise to you throughout this video. I'm not gonna give you the bullshit normal advice of like, oh, lose body fat, grow more muscle. We know this. I'm just gonna like run through it quickly for beginners and then I'll tell you like secret ways. There's literally something called angiogenesis where I will grow you literal new blood vessels. This is stuff you've never ever heard of before. Yeah, lose body fat, get lean, whatever. Go lift so the muscle grows bigger. We'll cover that really quickly because I'm assuming if you watch this, you probably already know. But I will literally teach you like hidden things that nobody has ever talked about. Something called angiogenesis. So the first section I'll cover is revealing the veins and capillaries and arteries. Well, not really arteries because the arteries are very deep, but it's mostly veins and capillaries that you already have. I'm going to be revealing those to you. The first step is to lose body fat. Simply just cut the weight, cut the carbs, cut the bullshit, lose some body fat. And the second way to do this is to resistance train. Once you lose the body fat, you lose the fat that hides those veins, those blood vessels. And once you resistance train, you grow the muscle so that it pushes it out more to the skin. Imagine the bicep over here, and imagine there's a vein. If you lose the fat, there will be less fat that covers the vein, and if you grow the muscle, it will push the vein out to be more up to the surface. So it makes it more visible, it makes it more accessible to the eye, so you can see it more. There's the lose body fat part, and then there's the grow the muscle part. These two are extremely important. Yes, they're common knowledge. Yes, they're common sense. I won't bullshit you. This is like 60-70% of the whole operation. Lose body fat and get muscular. That's how you get like a lot of what you've been given to you. You're born obviously with blood vessels. I'm gonna grow more for you, but 70%, 80, 90% of them are already in your body. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to live, right? Now let's talk about the juicy part, which is called angiogenesis. Angiogenesis is basically the adaptation of your body to grow more veins, blood vessels, capillaries because they need to. You're basically forcing your body to grow more blood vessels. You know when you go lift at the gym and you do the bicep curls and you do the squats, your body needs to get stronger. You're setting up a stimulus for the body to grow new muscle because it needs to. Otherwise, you won't be able to lift the weight. You're damaging the muscle, you're tearing it up, micro tears, right? And then it rebuilds and it grows stronger and it grows bigger. This is what happens when you train, when you do bodybuilding, when you go to the gym. What we're going to do is something similar to your blood vessels. And this thing, it's not called blood vessel hypertrophy. It's not like for muscle, it's called muscle hypertrophy. Blood vessels, it's not called hypertrophy. It's called angiogenesis, where we grow new blood vessels. And I won't just grow new blood vessels. I'll actually even increase the girth of your existing and new blood vessels so that it looks bigger and more visible. This is how much I'm doing for you, bro. I could charge like fucking $3,000 for this video. I'm giving it to you for free. This is actually an insane video. If you follow it, you really want to get more vascular, you will. Now, the first thing, I know you'll probably say, "Oh, bro, I don't want to do this," because if you're watching this, you're likely a gym goer and you're likely a bodybuilder and you're likely like a gym bro, basically. The first thing you must start incorporating is cardio. Wow, no, cardio. I don't want cardio. You need to incorporate cardio because of a couple of reasons. The first thing is it will increase blood flow throughout your whole body. What this means is circulation throughout all your blood vessels will be magnified. It will be increased. There will be a lot of blood going all throughout your body, throughout your system. Now, what does this mean? This means there's a lot of stimulus for new veins, new capillaries, new blood vessels to start growing. Because if there's a lot of pressure on your circulatory system, so if there's a lot of pressure on your circulatory system of blood like going everywhere, circulation is amazing, there's a lot of movement around, this stimulates angiogenesis, which will grow new blood vessels for you throughout your body, which means you'll start seeing veins. Obviously, this takes time. You won't grow a whole new blood vessel in a day. But over time, throughout weeks, months, years, you'll grow a new capillary throughout a week. You'll grow like a new vein in 6 months. You'll start seeing new veins throughout your whole body. You'll start seeing like new hand veins that you haven't seen before. You'll start seeing new things. And no, this isn't the body fat that you're losing. This is literally a new blood vessel being grown out of your system. It's literally like a new, unlocking a new vein. Like, when you see people saying, "Oh, I unlocked a new vein in the gym," that's not them cutting body fat. That's that's one factor that could show pre-existing veins. But when you do the things I'm telling you right now, you will literally like physically grow a new vein. So cardio is one of them because it stimulates your circulatory system and you're moving around and you're running and you're like on the treadmill or whatever. You're getting your blood flow going, which means more blood vessels. Now, another thing that cardio does for you is capillarization. If you look at my hand over here, the capillary concentration is really high throughout your hands, throughout the tips of your fingers. This is what causes capillarization. When you go do cardio, capillarization is basically new formations of capillaries. Basically, capillaries are a type of blood vessel. You have arteries, you have veins, and you have capillaries. Arteries are the biggest ones. If you cut one of them, you're cooked, you're dead, you will bleed to death. Veins also, some of them same thing. Capillaries, you just cut like a finger, like a little cut here, you start bleeding. Capillaries are the tiniest ones. They're so small, but they're very concentrated in your hand and your fingertips and your toes as well, and like the ends of your limbs. When you do cardio, capillarization increases, which kind of gives you like the stupid little TikTok masculine hand kind of look where the girls used to post when he has nice hands. That's going to give you that look, basically, when you do cardio and when you allow capillarization to happen. Cardio basically gives you adaptation through your blood vessels. Now, it doesn't just grow new blood vessels for you. It increases the girth of your currently existing blood vessels. So if you do cardio, obviously more blood needs to go throughout your system, which means your blood vessels, instead of just being like this, they'll actually start expanding. They'll start expanding so that more blood can go through them. Your body is an amazing vessel. It's an amazing vessel, which it's so beautiful, man. It's genuinely so beautiful. Your body is so smart. It can literally like control the tiniest things. And this is how we manipulate it, right? So if you want to grow thicker, more and girthier blood vessels, start doing cardio. Cardio is the most important part of angiogenesis. Cardio is 70% of angiogenesis. You need to grow like the thicker and bigger and more blood vessels. Cardio. Cardio will do it for you. The next thing we're going to talk about is a low carb diet. Oh, but I like my pizza. I like my bullshit. You like your pizza more than you like your fucking vascularity? Choose which one, man. Do you want vascularity or do you want pizza? Honestly. Me personally, I pick health. So that's up to you. But now let's talk about having a low carb diet. Having a low carb diet will reduce water retention. Now, you may not be fat, but you may be puffy. You may be bloated, just like I was. Why? I'm Arab, bro. You think the food I ate at home was low carb? The amount of rice we would have, the amount of like thick, like full of seasoning, tasty, very tasty foods, but full of carbs. That affected my face, that bloated me. I'll show up a picture of when I was on a dirty bulk. This is just proof of what I was saying. My carb levels were insane, and this bloated my face. I literally looked like a blueberry. I would wake up looking like this, bro. I literally looked like a blueberry. No vascularity. Literally, I was big, but no vascularity. Nothing. I just looked puffy. I looked like like a water bottle, like a plastic bag. I look like a plastic bag filled with water inside, and you just shake it like this. You move it around. I swear, when I would shake my face like this, like the water would start globbing around left and right. That's how bad it was. So cut down the carbs. The less carbs you have, the leaner your look, and the more pronounced your vascularity will be. You'll be more defined. You'll have a sharper jawline. You'll have like sharper, like more defined veins and everything. So cut down the carbs. And this is a side note, but it even helps with your brain. It helps with brain fog because when you have carbs, your blood sugar level spikes up, which means your pancreas releases insulin to counteract that. Blood sugar level is too high. When insulin goes up, your blood sugar level, this is baseline, it goes up, insulin goes up, it fucking drops to the bottom. Okay? Your blood sugar will literally drop to the bottom when your insulin spikes. Insulin spikes are really bad for brain fog. You just start decomposing. You start decaying, man. You start crashing. This is what a carb crash is. When your blood sugar level goes up, oh, quick carbs, oh, I have energy. Ooh, gone in the depths. The next thing you can look at, number 3, is nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is a compound that just is flowing throughout your body all the time, and it flows throughout your blood vessels. If you increase the production of nitric oxide, this can stimulate angiogenesis and a lot with the girth, right? So if you want to increase girth a lot, increase nitric oxide production. The way to do this is to have a good balance of electrolytes. Have your salt. Don't be scared of salt, but especially I'll give you 2 foods that really boost your nitric oxide production: pomegranate and garlic. Now the diet I prefer is a carnivore / animal-based diet, but it's extremely hard and it's extremely boring. Try an animal-based first, which is just meats and berries. That's it. You can add pomegranates if you want increased nitric oxide production. You can also add garlic to your steak, to whatever meats you want, but it's a vegetable, so I don't really have garlic. I have, like right now, I'm kind of experimenting with pure carnivore, which is just meats. Sometimes I will have like berries, so it's kind of animal-based. It's kind of like mixed, right? That's the best diet ever, honestly. Either carnivore or animal-based. But off of that, if you want to like increase nitric oxide production, you can have pomegranate or you can have garlic. These 2 are really, really good. You can also have dark chocolate, but I do not recommend it at all just because of the carbs, right? I don't like carbs. Me personally, carbs, enemy for me, brain fog. I need business, I need sharp mind, I need intellect, I need to be able to speak like this, I need to be able to speak for minutes upon minutes upon minutes, maybe even tens of minutes without stuttering even once. So, carbs, enemy for me. Next thing you can do, quick little things, heat therapy. Heat therapy will increase your girth, vasodilation. It is temporary. If you go into the sauna and you go, like, you stay there for a while, you will see that your veins will be expanded because of vasodilation. Same thing if you go out on a hot summer day. It is temporary, but if you keep on doing it, I think the vasodilation can be chronic. Chronic sounds bad. The vasodilation effect can be more permanent if you stay in heated periods for a long period of time, or like you just keep doing it. Basically, you're a healthy individual. You go out to the sun or the sauna, whatever. Heat therapy can help with vasodilation. If you want like a quick boost, heat therapy. Heat therapy sounds like something fancy. It's just sauna or go outside in the sun, bro, where it's hot. Another thing that dilates your veins, dilates means grows the girth, is caffeine. I don't like this option personally. I'm the messenger, okay? Don't hate the message, don't hate the messenger, hate the message. Wait. Yeah, hate the message. So don't hate me. I don't like caffeine either. You probably don't because you can get addicted to it. I have high reliance on it. Pre-workout. Oh, let's crack some pre-workout, bro. It's nice, feeling the caffeine just go through your head and you feel focused and stimulated. It's nice. I don't like, relying on things that can be addictive. But I'm just giving you the message. Caffeine will dilate your veins. The 5th and final thing, but perhaps one of the most important, is hormonal balance. And by this, I mean vitamin D3, testosterone, estrogen. I've made many guides on testosterone, and not full guides, but I've talked about testosterone many times on the channel. Go watch those videos if you want to boost your testosterone up. Have good hormonal balance, testosterone and estrogen. Yes, you need estrogen, by the way. Like every man needs some level of estrogen. I'm not saying reduce it to 0, otherwise. Anyways, this is a misconception that you need unlimited testosterone but 0 estrogen. That's not true. You need some estrogen to live in, to be alive, right? And just get your vitamin D3. Go out in the sun, touch some grass, stop being a goblin, stop being a cave dweller, stop being a rat. Stop being a fucking rat, okay? Go outside, sniff the air that God created for you, open up your chest, and allow the sunlight to beam down upon it. So stop being a fucking rat, stop being a goblin. Wish not for a lighter load, but for a stronger back.